Welcome to the Man Cave, and today we will be discussing this beautiful watch here, sent to me very kindly by Baltany. Now, if you've never seen or heard of a Baltany, well, here is one first of all. What are you going to get for your money? Are they any good? Can Chinese watches be any good? Can they be worth you spending your money? What do you get for less than £200? All these questions are going to be answered today, and I hope you enjoy it, because I love sharing these kind of watches with you, because this watch channel is not just about AliExpress watches or bargain watches, affordable watches. I try and cover as many different bases as I can, but I'm often drawn to these more affordable watches because that covers most of you. And me as well, because I don't have buckets of money. So is this kind of watch going to satisfy your watch loving needs for less than £200? I think it does, but why? That is the question we're going to have to answer now. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee, contemplate, and then share everything with you right now. So what are you getting for your money? Well, the money is on the AliExpress store is £142.50 plus tax and delivery, which is probably about the same, if not maybe a bit more than what you'd pay if you went for the £165 you'd pay from the baltany.co.uk website. What does this watch weigh? I think that's important because you're going to notice it on wrist. This is light as a feather, if you will, not literally, because then I don't know how that's possible. 75 grams. Anything under 100 is generally very light, helped by this nylon fabric strap. The movement inside is a Seiko Mecha Quartz. That is a fabulous movement because when you start the movement, look at that smooth sweep on the ticking of the chronograph. That is nice. It gives it that slightly mechanical look, but I'll go into a bit more detail when I run through the watch with you in a bit more detail. Screw down pushers, screw down crown. The crown itself is a big boy, 7.4 millimeters, nice and easy to grab. I like something that's big and easy to grab, of course. And the pushers are large as well, 5.3 if you include that large bit which unscrews out. Sapphire crystal is domed with AR coating on the underside, and if you include that into the thickness measurement, it's 12 millimeters, so it's medium chunk, not too chunky. It's got a lovely lume. We'll have a time lapse coming up in a bit. And the case size is 39. It's a very nice sweet spot for many people. 46.6 in terms of the length, and the lug width for your strap changes is only 20 mils. So what do you get for your money? First of all, I just like to say the fit and finish of this watch is superb. I'm going to get it off its strap so I can just show you better the case and the finishing. Nice and easy to change your strap out. These aren't fixed, these spring bars, so you can easily change out for entirely different straps if you want. By the way, I do sell straps, so check out my eBay store. Link is in the description. I had to get a plug in there somewhere. This is the chance for me to show you some close-ups and the detail. Lovely bead blasted finish, or sand blasted. I don't know what materials they used, but you get my point. It's blasted. It's a blasted case. Very, very smooth, very crisp and smooth edges. There's no sharp edges anywhere, which is an important thing to note. Excuse my thumb, by the way. I am not very good at using a hammer, it seems, and I managed to mash the end of it. So excuse the damage. It's quite gross. The only brushed element is the case back, screw down, aiding with that water resistance, which is 200 meters from what I understand, minimum 100. So guess what? I took this swimming and it was totally fine. I don't know why I'd take a watch like this swimming, but I did it for review purposes and it passed with flying colors, no problems. The crystal is gorgeous, a little bit of a chamfer on the edge of this crystal. Sapphire, of course, and it just plays with the light very nicely, but it still allows you, because of that soft AR coating it's got, not too strong, you still have very good legibility. And with that stark matte black dial, the pop you get with those large Arabics going around there really help it stand out. So it's very legible. While we're at it, Seiko Mecha Quartz, every 2 to 3 years you change the battery, easy as that. You've got accuracy, but then when you want to play around with something and do timing, you got your stop and your start pusher at the top. As you can see, away it goes. And I love that red seconds tip. It's more of a light red, maybe an orange in my opinion. It's a weird shade of red. But the good thing is, this is what I like about these Mecha Quartz movements. When you press the reset pusher, very nice positive feel, snap, very nice. And the alignment, as you can see, is perfect. I've fiddled with this a lot, as I do many things in life, and it always centers back perfectly. And that for me is a good sign that this watch has been built very well. While I'm here, quick criticism. You see this dial at the 12. I love the symmetry, by the way. 12, 3, 6 and 9 all got something there. And you've got, always with these movements, when you're timing something, you've got one dial for timing. That one there is your constantly ticking seconds hand down at the 6 o'clock. Am I not wrong in saying that is really small? Why can't they just do one which is bigger and more legible and make that hand white, for example, or faux patina, just so it really pops? I just think if the main purpose of this watch is for timing, it's quite hard to actually see what you're timing, because those tiny little lines in that tiny little circle there, which is about 8 millimeters wide, that whole little sub dial there, it's really hard to read. So that's always my criticism of these kind of movements. These pushers screw in and out very nicely, but something I must highlight is something I don't know if it's something wrong with this one or it's just my eyes. Look at the pusher here at the 2 o'clock, how much it's sticking out. Everything's screwed down properly. And then look at this one here at the 4 o'clock. You can see a little ridge here, it's part of the pusher. I don't know why that you can see that on this one, but not on the one at the 2 o'clock. Bit strange, but the screwing of the pushers is very nice, very smooth, very positive, and then the same with the crown. The only thing is there's no pop when you unscrew it. You don't normally get a pop with a quartz movement like you would with a automatic. So when you've unscrewed it, you go, well, is it fully out? Yes, it is. And then there's a ghost date position on here because of the nature of this movement, but then it's very easy to do time adjust, time set. Knocked it off now on the OCD. There you go, put it back to the right time, and it screws down very easily. It catches straight away every time. Very sterile everywhere else, just a tiny bit of branding as you can see on the dial, but nothing anywhere else. But I think that goes with this kind of watch. It's a very sterile military style military watch, pilot watch, and you don't want anything over and above what you need to do the job. But then that links me back to, if this is for timing, it's very difficult to see. But the benefit of this being a smaller watch is not everyone wants a hulking great pilot watch, which traditionally they were big, so you can actually read the blooming thing when you're flying or timing anything. But nowadays, I don't think many of us are flying around in aeroplanes very much wearing this kind of watch, so it's just a dressy fashion piece, if you will. But you want something that's well made and not just a fashion watch. Nice strap, very robust, nice amount of length, tough, very good matching very nice bead blasted, sand blasted, whatever blasted hardware to match the case. Being a black dial, it really works well with lots of different colour straps. It's very versatile on that front if you want to change it out, stick it on a brown leather or whatever floats your boat. Really fun. And because of all the screw down elements and the water resistance and the scratch resistance of the sapphire, you could really have this as an everyday beater if you wanted to and not worry about it. Being quartz, you don't have to worry about winding it or being fragile inside. I just think for considerably under £200, it's a fantastic all-rounder if you love this style of watch. The lume on this is very good, as you'd normally expect with Baltany watches. I've not had any that are disappointing. It's not quite as good as San Martin watches, but for this applied style of lume, it's as good as you're generally going to get because it's not got large indices like you have on something like this watch. You've got really deep indices, absolutely filled to the buckets with loads of lume in it. For a watch less than 200 quid, you're going to get a specification which matches the build quality and has a Seiko movement. I can't really find much to criticise. I know many people get all funny about watch reviewers who just give utterly glowing reviews. They just go, "Oh, come on, you must rip it to shreds. There must be something wrong with it." Well, I've got to be honest with you. I've kind of said what I've noticed, and that's it. Being genuinely honest here. But then I could say you don't always have to go faux patina. That's something. What does that mean? Faux patina. It sounds a bit posh, but effectively, it's these are loomed elements here. These little triangles here in the hands. They make it look like it's aged. They fake the aged look of it because lume traditionally in older watches, it goes a yellowy colour when it's old. I think they could bring this up to scratch, sort of go get a bit of design flair going in here, make those little changes which I suggested about the subdial, etc. But go with all of this being blue lume, very contemporary colour, and no faux patina on it at all. I just want to reiterate again how nice these mecha quartz movements are with their pusher feel. I wish you could reach through the screen and just press this button with me if you've never tried one before. It's a quartz movement, which you don't normally get a feel in the pushers, but a little pop. I don't know if you heard that. You just hear that lovely little pop and you feel it through the pusher. The same with that reset, little click as it pops back. That is such a delight for a quartz watch. To get something with that kind of feel, I know it's a quartz, but to have that practicality and the mechanical feel that you get, and even the sort of cheating, if you will, with this sweeping seconds hand, the chronograph, that's just lovely. Just gives you that feel without having to splash out on a mechanical watch. And here's one of the straps I sell. I had to just slap it on to show you. This is the sand, super soft, different finish, which is you normally get a sort of a very matte, tough, rugged strap. You get a standard, but I wanted something with a bit more sheen to it, which you get with this strap. 20mm, so easy to swap out. And I just think it works really well with this watch. As you can see, it's nice on my wrist, 7 and a bit inch wrist I've got. And it fills the wrist just enough. It doesn't look too small. It's not too chunky, even with the NATO passing underneath, which can add height. It doesn't make it feel like a tall watch. Really nicely balanced. I love it when brands like this come along, because we get in the habit of just getting used to seeing very similar watches from the brands like St. Martin, for example, which are often reputed to be the best. But this video today is just covering another example of Baltany watches, of why I think they're doing a great job, because I've seen enough now to get an overall impression that what you get for your money is outstanding. And I would say they are better than St. Martin on the whole, but that's just down to my opinion. And the fact I've seen a lot of watches and I base my opinions on what I value. But what do you value? I'd love to hear about that in the comments, of course. But if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more and you haven't subscribed yet, guess what? It's free and I really appreciate it. But I'm not here to beg and all that crap. So do share with me your comments and I'd love to see you soon in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.